Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome
Uh,
to Conversations with Chana. I'm Chana Weisberg. I'm editor of thejewishwoman.org. And in this conversation today, we have a special couple joining us. We have Amanda and Louise Chaimovich. Shimonovich, I'm sorry. Okay. Amanda and Louise, you're joining us all the way from Vancouver, right?
Correct. British
Correct.
Columbia, Canada.
British Columbia, Canada. Okay, so Amanda and Louise are joining us to tell us a little about their life and about their journey, and specifically about one particular mitzvah, one particular observance that the Jewish people have, which is the mitzvah of mikvah, which is a mitzvah between couples. Now, hi, Amanda and Louise, tell us a little about your background and your upbringing.
Go.
Well, I grew up in a very small city in Brazil, Santos, with almost no Judaism. My father is not Jew, only my mother. So we grew up with no religion at home. And then when I turned 18 years old, I decided to go to Israel. I don't know, to learn more about myself, about what is to be a Jew. I knew that I was a Jew, but I didn't know what this means. So I moved to Israel. I made Aliyah. This is how we met. He was working on the Jewish agency.
Oh, wow.
And he was working on my file. And then through the telephone, we fell in love. And
Amazing.
then he picked me up in the airport. And we started dating. So he was like the first Jewish man that I met.
Wow.
Yeah, like on a like same age as me to date. And then there I had some classes in a midrashah for Brazilians, Shari Bina.
What made you go to Israel, Amanda? What made you decide to go to Israel? You just wanted to learn more about Judaism?
Yes, I didn't get accepted in college. It was very, very hard to get accepted. I was a very specific and good one, and I was not accepted. I was so frustrated. Then I said, okay, I'll give a break. And I don't know anything. Like I'm concerned about my professional life now. I'm 18 years old, but I don't know anything about my roots or what is to be a Jew. I had Pesach at my grandma, but that's it. And they said, let's discover. So I went to a midrashah just to have classes in Portuguese because it's my language and they didn't speak Hebrew. But I was not Orthodox. I'm not Orthodox now. But this is the first Judaism that I met. It was the Orthodox one. And I felt it was a very beautiful tradition. And I saw how the Jewish families were special. And I spent some Shabbats in Jewish families, specific Orthodox ones. And I was very impressed. And then when I heard about Taharat HaMishpacha, I heard, this is not for me. I don't think so. And I was dating Louise, and Louise...
Tell our viewers, what is Taharat HaMishpacha in a nutshell? Because a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. So just introduce them to it a little bit.
Taharat HaMishpacha, we can translate as purity laws.
Right, family
bonding. Of marriage. Wow, how can I explain in words? I think Louise can explain better than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Taharat HaMishpacha, it's the rules and the traditions and the way of living that maintain the life of the couple as pure and sanctified as it should be. It gives us some rules of separation, the time for the wife and time for the husband apart. So it's not just some rules, it's just also a way of living, a way of behaving, and a way of bringing Shalom Bayit to the house. So learning from it also improves your life as a couple. And gives you the renewal of a relationship once a month. Every couple of weeks, you get together again. So it maintains the purity of the marriage, of the marriage, giving the wife the time for herself, the time to heal, the time to recover, and then for the couple to somehow renew the vows as a couple, I guess.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so from the time period that a woman has her period until about a week after, she and her husband are separate in terms of marital intimacy.
That's right.
And then the woman actually immerses in the mikveh before they reunite, and this is almost like a monthly honeymoon.
That's
So
right.
it's a mitzvah that is, especially on the women, but it's really on the family. And how did you get to, well, why don't you tell us a little about your background, Louise, before you tell us how it is that you got to keeping
Okay.
this? Because Amanda just said she's not observant. So why would you keep this, right?
So my whole life since I was a kid, I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood in São Paulo, in Brazil. I went to Lubavitch School in São Paulo. Back in the day, was Begun, the rabbi there.
No, preschool.
The preschool, yeah.
Yeah,
because
not preschool.
when I for grade 1, there was no Lubavitch School back then. I'm talking about the early 80s. I went to a Jewish secular school in São Paulo, but I grew up in the Jewish neighborhood. Everything was either Jewish or Yiddish back then. So Yiddish was the main language of the streets. With my grandparents, I went to the synagogue, all the other traditions, all the I'm not, whatever the Jewish life we had in New York or in Chicago or in France, we had in Sao Paulo. Same thing as Buenos Aires. So it was very Jewish. When I was 18, we moved to Israel for different reasons. I was in the army. But the funny thing, I guess most of the people also live that thing is once you're in Israel, you're less Jewish anymore an immigrant.
Right.
So for
Why
many
is
years,
that? Why is that?
I don't know. You were in Israel. You were another
You just
Jew.
feel your Jewishness, I guess. You don't feel like you have to express
Exactly.
it, right?
Yeah. So, and many times people ask if I was Jewish because that was very strange. In Brazil, I was a Brazilian Jew. In Israel, I was a South American.
Right.
So, but not Jewish. It's a kind of a paradox that you have when you move to Israel. Especially, I live in Ashkelon, so it's not like a traditional religious Orthodox city. But with the time and through Chabad Ashkelon, I returned to attend synagogue. And when we were back to Brazil, we got married in Israel, in Jerusalem. Like that was a very nice Jewish wedding in front of the Kotel. And pre-married, we took classes. So because of the Midrashah, and we decided that we would take the classes, we learn about how to be a Jewish couple. Even though we're not Orthodox, I grew up with Lubavitch. I know all the prayers, I know all the rules, I know all the traditions from home. I'm from Lubavitch in São Paulo, from the secular Jewish school. So we decide to know more, to get this baggage into our life together.
Yeah, to build a Jewish house.
And I didn't know about Terat Mishpacha. I know that mikveh existed, but I didn't know what is it and why you have it. And before we got married, before the wedding, we attend classes in Brazil. Even though we got married in Israel, we took classes in Brazil, different rabbis, different synagogues. And we decided that for us and for the Shalom Bayit, for the whole concept of Shalom Bayit, and to have a healthy life as a couple, we will take into our lives the whole idea of Terat HaMishpacha. Even though our parents didn't understand at the beginning why you're doing that, and even today, I don't know, when they ask where's Amanda tonight, I have to, she's away, so they kind of understand she's going to the mikveh. And also for the kids, it's important to tell that mom is away tonight, she is going to take the special bath, so they understand, and they will carry this whole tradition and those rules with them. Mm-hmm. So in general, the whole idea of taking the mitzvot of Terat HaMishpacha is because we think the main consequence is a healthier, a better, and a happier um, Jewish life as a couple.
Yes, I had someone in Israel arrived that I really liked him, and then before I got married, he said, um, like you don't need to keep Shabbat if you don't want, you don't need to do anything if you don't want, but please, you need to keep Tarat HaMishpacha. It's very important. And at that time, I was not so sure that I wanted that, but how he was important to me, I decided to, yeah, okay, if he's saying so, I think must be very important. Yes. And then there is another thing, we like to travel. He works with tourism. And then when we travel like to Europe, to all the countries there, and every small city that we go, we ended up finding a mikveh. So if I as a woman, I feel very connected to the ancient Jewish woman in the past. Like it's a tradition that Jewish women are keeping for, I don't know, for centuries, for many years, many generations. So you see like all these ruins, these old archaeological sites, and you see a mikveh there.
Wow.
Yeah, so for me it was very, very special that we still keep this. We are still
We're part of this. We are part of this.
Yeah. Did you see that in some places? Like where did you travel that you saw that?
Oh, we were in northeast Brazil. We're going to some like the city center of one of the old cities there, and then we looked some kind of structure, and well, in Portuguese I said to one that looks like a mikveh, and there was this like country boy, and he confirmed Portuguese with like this heavy accent. Yes, this is a mikveh.
Wow.
And then that belonged to Branca Dias. She came from Portugal to Amsterdam, and then she was a landlord in Brazil, but she was a crypto Jew. She couldn't show, and she had a mikveh hidden in her house.
So you're talking about a mikveh that was like hundreds of years old, right?
Yeah, from the 16th century.
Wow, look at that.
And like in the middle of the city, in middle of like the city farm, city market, and you had a mikveh there.
What did it look like? What was it like?
It was like a round structure on the top of like a small hill, and around it you have like food stalls and like regular market city. But in around it, you had a mikveh. You have a structure with stairs and a round pool. It's somehow protected, but if you're not Jewish, if you're not look into it as a mikveh, you see like a small pool. It's like a node structure. And even we lived in Portugal, and I was traveling also in a small city in northern Portugal, and in a office building dating like early 20th century, they found a mikveh in the basement. So people work around the mikveh. There's a mikveh structure in an office building. It's a small office building, and they have a mikveh in there.
Portugal was very Jewish in the past.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Amazing. So Amanda, you feel connected to ancient traditions, to women of the past when you go to the mikveh. What does it make you feel for yourself, for your marriage? Like, why did you both decide to keep this in your marriage? Especially if you say you're not so religious or you're not religious at all, even though we don't label ourselves. But what made you feel that this was so important for your relationship?
Well, as I said in the beginning, I was not so sure that we want to keep this, but since day one from our marriage, we started to keep. And then this became very natural for us. And I saw that it was not so hard how it looks like. It was, now it's part of our routines. Yeah, it's not so complicated how people...
It's a natural break from our weekly schedules, taking us apart for a couple of weeks and then reuniting.
Yeah, then I studying about Judaism, and I saw that the most important building or construction in a Jewish neighborhood needs to be a mikveh more than a school or a synagogue. Then we stop and you think, wow, this must be really important.
Right.
Then we saw that Judaism is a religion about family. Nowadays, I think, well, if you don't live a Jewish life, the family is not trained now.
It's not a strong
Yeah, so we decided
social construction for some people, and I guess that the Terat Mishpacha and the Shalom brings the Shalom Bait and keeps the family together.
Yeah, we decided let's keep Shabbat candles, let's keep Kiddush with our kids, and let's keep Terat Mishpacha as a family. This mitzvot. And I don't think you need to be Orthodox to do a mitzvah.
Sure, absolutely.
So when we tell our friends about that we keep Terat Mishpacha,
yeah, the reactions are very.
What are the reactions?
Interesting, to say the least. Why you do that?
Are you dosing?
Yeah. If you talk to Israelis, but you're not religious, because they have this dichotomy, secular and religious. There's no gray area. So when people, why you do that? I don't have to be Orthodox to do that. I don't have to, wear black and white to do that.
Sure.
It's part of our modern Jewish life.
I think it's not a Orthodox thing, it's a Jewish thing.
Yeah, it's a Jewish thing, and it's an important heritage that we should always keep and maintain, and show our kids that you can do that. You don't have, if you want to do more things, that's great, but
sure,
it's not something that is apart from Judaism. As Amanda said, family is the base of Judaism. The man, the father, the mother, as a woman, and the kids, we all have different roles. But together as a family, we are the ones that bring Judaism to the next generation and to the next. And
yes, and we think that it's important to teach our kids about mikveh. I know that most of the women, they like to keep this private, like they don't tell where they are going, but our kids, they are all under 7 years old.
And we don't have family around. So for them, the mom leaving one night a month, for them, it's like a big thing.
Yeah, then I explain, I'm going to the mikveh with Marachana. And they ask, but why? Then my daughter asked me, she's 4 years old. She asked them, am I going to the mikveh when I grow up? Then I say, yes, you are going to the mikveh. So I want them to see this is a natural thing.
Yeah.
Right, sure. That's important that kids should realize that. Wow.
Yeah, so I feel very connected to this mitzvah now.
Do you feel that it helped your marriage in any way? Like how?
Yes, for sure, because you can explain about the chocolate cake theory.
No, it's the thing that
chocolate cake. What's that?
No, it's the way if you not chocolate, it's ice cream, chocolate ice cream. If you have chocolate ice cream every day, your whole life, someday you say, "Oh, enough of chocolate ice cream." Mm-hmm. But the whole idea, it's a simplistic way of seeing that. But if you take a 2 weeks break from your marital life, your intimacy, you renew it every 2 weeks. It's like, as you said, a new honeymoon, a new first date every month. So, and then for that time of the break from intimacy, you have more time to talk, to plan, to
watch TV
talk
shows.
and like joke. You concentrate in other things.
Yeah.
Right. So you concentrate on the emotional connection, I guess, not the physical.
Exactly. Yeah. The emotional connection. You talk, you discuss, you plan the future. So you do other things. So that is also very important to maintain the family as a whole.
So for the woman, they don't have an idea what the mikveh is. For me, it's like a spa day. Because the Balanit, she's always so concerned about keeping the mikvah the most special place, so she only buys like the best.
Who's the, like, for those who don't know, who's the Balanit? Explain what you're saying. Like, what was your experience in going to mikvah?
Okay. The Balanit, well, she is the woman who will check you before you go to the mikveh to see if is everything okay. And she, I don't know how to explain. She's very respectful. Like, it's not that she'll see you.
She see if you're ready for the
Yeah,
mikveh.
she asks if you want to be checked, and she's very
physically,
respectful.
emotionally ready too.
But she's also a woman who will take care of the mikveh, and
someone you trust.
Like
yes, someone
attendant. Right, like a mikveh attendant. So,
yeah, mikveh.
So what did she like? So what was your experience in going to mikveh? You've gone to mikveh many, many places. What was it like?
Yes, in many places. I can feel in each mikveh that I go, there is this special touch. There's like there is someone who really cares about making this night very special. I don't know, the Balanit that I go here with the mikveh, she told me, in the mikveh, we only can use the best things, like the best towel. We need to have the best experience. So it's very relaxing for me. It's a night for myself that I don't have the kids screaming on the bathroom door. Like I can relax. Yeah.
So you relax, you prepare yourself, and then you just dip into the pool, and that's your mikveh experience. But it's a time that you reserve for yourself, and you feel it's special in that way.
Yeah, and then now that we need to plan our vacations, well, when you are not in North America, it's not that easy to find a mikveh. So you need to
have contact.
Yeah, you need to I don't know, to put this on your list. Like, I will be having my mikveh night this night, so I need to have a mikveh around, because for me it's very important not to skip the night. Like, I don't know, I was teaching this way. If this is your night, you can't go tomorrow. You need to go this night. Right. So we made a huge effort to keep this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
so before you go traveling, you make sure that there's a mikveh in the neighborhood or somewhere.
Yeah, we have a funny story. We were in Portugal before we lived there. We were traveling there, and I don't know. It was in the north, right?
Yeah. We are far away from any Jewish structure or community, but that was the night of the mikveh.
No, but the night of the mikveh was a Motzei Shabbat. And then before Shabbat, I was trying to call the Balanit, and she was not answering. I couldn't talk to her. I called, I don't know, a million times, and she was not answering. Well, because we don't have so many Jews in Portugal, right?
Sure.
I think she was not expecting me. Then when it was Motzei Shabbat, I was like, oh, I can't do that. Like, Shabbat is finished and we are away from the mikveh, and I will not be able to do the mikveh tonight. And then she picked up the phone and she said, oh, sorry, I had a problem, but the mikveh is here, you can come. They said, oh, you were what, 2 hours and a half, almost 3 hours away.
Oh, wow.
They Shabbat, and they said, okay, I'll be there. I will try to be there in 3 hours. We didn't have a car with us because we are like traveling there. Then we didn't have a way to go there. Then we had a friend there, a Catholic friend. Then we explained to him, like, he owns the hotel that we were. Then we explained to him, we need to go to Lisbon now. And he said, like, because I need to go there. I need like to go to the synagogue. But synagogue now, it's not Shabbat anymore. Why do you need to go there? No, because I need to take a special bath. And he was, oh, you can pick any room you want to take this bath. You don't need to go to Lisbon. And I said, no, I need to go, needs to be there. Then he said,
to the synagogue.
Yeah, he said, oh, you Jews are strange, but okay, you are weird, but I'll take you there. Then he drove us there, and I was able to do, and because we didn't speak before, me and the Balanit, she didn't heat the water, and it was winter.
Oh my gosh! Whoa!
So the water was like freezing. And then she said, okay, count until 3 and go.
Wow.
I was okay. But I did, yeah.
Wow. So you dipped into this freezing cold water.
In
And
the winter.
wow.
Yes, but I survived.
Dedication.
It was
That's
a great experience.
Yeah.
And what is your usual experience? You go to, what does a mikveh usually look like in the most places that you go to?
Oh, they look amazing, perfect with backgrounds, relaxing sound, and candles, and I don't know. They have all the best brands for everything. They have, I don't know, fancy like perfumes to use after. I don't know. For me, it's like you need to take a bath, and it's really relaxing. And I enjoy hanging out with the Balanit. She's my friend, so always after the mikvah is like when we share.
Girls' night out.
Girls' night out, kind of, yeah.
Wow.
I know for me it's a very positive experience.
Beautiful. So I know there's a lot of women who decide they want to take on mikvah, and their husbands are very hesitant about it. It's usually the woman who feels that it's such a spiritual, beautiful thing for herself, emotionally connected to her flow and to the natural ebb and and way that a woman is. And yet the husband hears that and he's like, no way. Louis, what would you say to men that
Hey,
feel
wrong. It's at the beginning, if you're a young couple, I can understand that, every night is a night, every day is a day. So, but it's important to give your wife space. The wife needs that. Also, the man, if you think about it, we also need that because um, we have other things to do. And as you said, we need also the emotional connection.
Mhm.
We need to stop and talk and discuss, and we also have kids, plan, and even just sitting in the house, talking and getting to know each other, uh, feeling what's the other. It's thinking, it's planning. It's also very necessary and very positive to the life as a couple.
Yeah. And you work from home, so we see
Yeah, we
each other
work
all
from
the time.
home. I'm sitting here, she's sitting like
Oh, wow,
3
you
meters
both work from
away.
home. Yes.
So you don't have this tension. It's we know when we need to be apart. We know when you can plan to be together, and you make every day special.
Right.
When you can't be together, and we finally can be together, we can finally share intimacy. Every day is special, and for those days that you cannot share the intimacy, you can plan for those days. You can see. We don't have parents. My parents live in Israel. Her parents live in Brazil. So it's just us. It's just nucleus, the hardcore of the family. It's what we have. So we share the same house with the 3 kids, and you can plan. You can discuss. You can see what's next with the time that you have away from each other. So it's very important. The husbands also need to think that uh, our own space is necessary. Even we live at the same house, we share 24 hours a day the same house because we were working from home. So it's important for the women and for the men to have the space for themselves, to have the time to think, the time to talk, the time to plan.
Right.
At
Just
the
to
time,
clarify, it's not that you need to be physically apart. It's just that you can't have physical intimacy during that time.
exactly, yeah, and talking and sharing and laughing and reading together. It's also a great way to share some kind of intimacy, right? Because you discover the person not just physically but emotionally. What are the intentions? What are the plans? How to deal with the emotions also with your wife and husband. So
Right.
I would recommend that. It is a lot better than you think.
Yes, I think couples, they are maybe always looking for ways to renew their relationship.
And you have this great recipe.
Yeah, they have, but maybe they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So many people don't know about it. What did your parents think about it when, like, your mother never? I mean, she was married to a non-Jew, so she didn't need to go to the mikvah. What did she feel when she heard about you taking on this mitzvah?
Honestly, I think she said, "Oh, why you do that?
Right.
I didn't raise you with a religion. So why
Sure.
you decide to do that? Then I don't know if our parents they understand because they didn't do.
Right.
I guess my
Yeah,
mom kind of understand, but she never asked me to do that. Or she never. I know that she didn't keep this mitzvah at home, but she accepts it.
Hmm.
She said that it's good that you're doing it.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. It's a good question. I don't
Right.
know, but I'm happy that we are able to pass this to our children.
Yeah.
Sure. For sure. Okay. What would you like to tell people out there about mikvah, about this mitzvah, family purity, that you think people don't know and should know?
It is better than it looks.
It's not so complicated.
It's something. If you have to bring one thing to your family life, the Terat Mishpacha brings a lot of Shalom Bayit, brings a lot of nachat around the family, gives your wife a chance to get a day away from the kids, from the daily schedules and stress.
And it's also an opportunity to
Also to do the father to be
no,
with
it's
the
an
kids too.
opportunity to take care of yourself
Yeah,
because sometimes as a mother with 3 kids or more
husband.
kids and maybe you don't have time for yourself, and then I have this day that I know that I will be like everything made and everything perfect, and then you look like really great again.
Yeah, once a month you can say boy kala, boy kala. You can accept your wife as a princess, as a queen once again at home.
Wow. Beautiful. So it's a way of really inviting God also into your relationship. Do you feel
Yeah,
God
it's
more like a more closely?
tehara. It's purity,
Right.
and you have your own kodesh at your place, at your bedroom. So you invite it back every month anew to your to the family, to the core of the family, husband and wife. So as I said, it does good to
Yes,
the
it's a
life as a couple.
yeah, and I think
And they've
it's
been
important.
together for like 15 years.
15 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And you've been
Three
keeping it
kids.
all your married life. Wow.
Yeah. 3 kids, 4 countries.
Wow.
And count.
Yeah. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Wow, wonderful. Okay, for those who are watching, if you want to know more about the laws of family purity, we have a lot on Chabad.org. Just do a search, or for mikvah, it will really explain what a little bit more in detail what these laws are. But Louis and Amanda are really on a journey to tell people that it isn't something that needs to only be kept by religious people, by observant people, but anyone who's Jewish. This is something that's part of your heritage, and this is part of something that can enhance your relationship. And is this what you tell your friends? You go around telling your friends this?
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and have you convinced anyone that this is so, or no, not really yet?
Yes, I have 2 friends who they said, "Oh, you do that? It's great. Maybe I should try." Um, yes, we are always open to talk and
Yeah,
to
we don't hide
Sure,
that from anyone. It's really part
100%.
of,
yeah,
yeah.
sure. No, don't say like I'm going to the mikveh now, but
No, yeah.
yeah,
If I don't
Right,
start talking to every Jewish woman, go to me.
right.
yeah,
But
It is
it's
nice to
like
see, though. It's nice to see as time moves on that, I mean, the mikvahs are so beautiful and there's such spa-like, features that people who are completely not religious are also going and starting to go and enjoying this beautiful connection that comes from it.
it only brings benefits. It's beneficial 100%. There's no against with all the pros.
Right, right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
thank you for the opportunity.
Louis, thank you
I
for
hope we
sharing.
have a chance to convince more people.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for telling us about this, your experience with mikvah, and with sharing it to other people. And if anyone wants any more information on this beautiful mitzvah, just look up on Chabad.org, Taharat HaMishpacha, or mikvah, and you should find a lot there about with more of the details. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing with us your beautiful experience.
Thank
May you
you.
continue to enjoy each other and enjoy having this special part in your life and enjoy inviting God into your life and growing in all areas, emotionally and spiritually, together.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon. Be well.
Bye-bye.